coming today. Aren't you guys excited? I'm excited. Well, then let's wait for our first note and start our lesson. Before we start, let's think about what we learned last class. Any volunteers? That's right, we learned about money management. And anybody remembers the expressions that we learned last class? Nobody? Okay, we learned about it's a deal and can I get a discount? These are the expressions that you can learn, you can use when you are on shopping. So today we're going to read a text about paintings regarding these two class objectives. Can you read aloud these for me? Thank you. So at the end of the class, you'll be able to understand the storyline by time order, and you'll be able to describe the pictures in your own words. So before we start reading about the painting, let's think about what can we draw. What kind of things can we draw? Any volunteers? Yes, Shinji? Yeah, right. We can draw people, such as yourselves, your friends, or even your teacher. And what else can we draw? That's right. We can draw your desks, your tables, or anything that you see in your classroom. And how about the outside of the classroom? Can you think of anything? That's right. You can draw sky, the trees, or anything like the views. So depending on what we just talked about, let's look at some types of paintings. Just like this, the pictures that describe people are called portraits. In portraits, we describe face of people, their hairstyles, or what kind of clothing they're wearing. And the pictures describe the view are called landscapes. They describe trees, skies, or the leaves that you see outside. So let's take a look at some famous paintings that you may have seen before. Have you ever seen any of these pictures? These are one of the most famous pictures in the world, and why don't you guys match the artist and the paintings? I'll give you 30 seconds and you may do it on your handouts. Are you guys done? So now why don't we check our guesses? The first picture was drawn by Leonardo da Vinci. Did you get that right? And the second picture was drawn by Edvard Munch. And the third picture was drawn by Andy Warhol. Did you get any of them right? Okay, then let's take a closer look at each of the pictures. The first picture is called Mona Lisa, and it's drawn by Leonardo da Vinci. And we can see the woman's face smiling and a little bit mysterious. And also, we can see the background, which is dark and deep, very delicate. And the second picture is the scream drawn by Edvard Munch. And we can see the man covering his face with two hands and screaming, and the waving background in black, blue, and red colors. And we can also feel that the man is under a strong feeling of sadness and frustration. And our final picture is called The Campbell Soup Cans, drawn by Andy Warhol. In this picture, those very similar looking soup cans are arrayed in lines. So now that we just took a look at some types of painting and some famous paintings, you're all ready to read the text.
Now, before we read the whole text, I want you to skip through the text first. Do you guys know what is skimming means? You don't know what is skimming? Skimming is just briefly read through the whole text, but you don't have to pay attention to the detail. You just read quickly to get the main idea. So from now on, I will give you 1 minute to skim through the whole text. For this skimming, you only need to read the first sentence of each paragraph. So you may begin to read. Okay, done with the reading? Alright, then we are going to reread the first sentence of each paragraph again. But for this skimming, you have to pay attention to time order, because after you skim through the whole text, we are going to rearrange the jumbled sentences by time order. So for this activity, I will give you 2 minutes, and you have to skim through the first sentence of each paragraph first, and then you have to complete the timeline. So 2 minutes begin now. 30 seconds left. Time's up. So let's check the answer together. What is the first event should come? Shinji? Right. The first event is Gauguin arrived at the yellow house after repeated requests from Van Gogh. So after this event, what is the following event? Jisoo? Right. The second event is there were some differences in their artistic approaches. After this, do you guys know which is the third event? Oh, 재석? That's good guess, but that event has to come right after this event. Can you guess what is this event? Right. The third event is the differences led to heated debates and big conflicts. After this conflict, what is the fourth event? Do you guys know? Jisoo? Alright. The fourth event is the conflict grew worse around the 9th week, and Gauguin left for Paris. After he left, do you know what is the fifth event? Alright, Jiyoung. Good job. Yeah, as Jiyoung said, they never saw each other again, but still exchanged the letters. And the only last is sixth event. What is the sixth event? The last event is their 9 weeks together deeply influenced their work. Good job, everyone. Now we complete the timeline and we are moving on to prediction. We are going to make a prediction. By now, I'm sure you probably want to read the rest of the text. But before we read the whole text, I want to reread the first sentence of each paragraph one more time. And I want you to use your imagination to guess what will be the next contents followed by the first sentence. So the first sentence we are going to working on is Gauguin's arrival started a period of close interaction. Since you have to use your prediction, it is difficult to work your own. So I want to pair you guys up. So discuss with your partner who sits next on you. I will give you 2 minutes to predict what kind of events will follow by the first sentence. So 2 minutes begins now. Time's up. Does anyone can guess what will be following by this first sentence? Okay, thank you, Nayan. Nayan said, Gauguin and Go might be a good relationship as a friend. Why do you think so? She guessed from the text, it says close interaction. So it says close interaction, and Nayan predict that Gauguin and Gohu might be a good friend. And the real text said, Gauguin and Go discuss and share the ideas together as a friend. You did a good guess. Now we are practice one more prediction. This sentence started with the sentence. It says, however, there were some differences between the two painters. Same as previous activities, I will give you 2 minutes to discuss this sentence to predict what's coming next. So discuss with your partner now. time's up. So who can guess, who can predict the what's coming up after this first sentence? Jian? Ah, you did a very close guess. Jian said the painting styles between two painters are different. Where did you get that information from? Right. The first sentence said there are some differences between the two painters. So since they are painters, their painting style might be different. And the rear text, it talks about Van Gogh's painting style was realistic, and Gauguin's painting style is more numerous sketches, and he used visual details, and he also used memories and imagination for his painting. Everyone did a very good prediction. Now, I want you to fill in the blank. Where is the blank box? Right. A blank box is between the yellow highlighter and the orange highlighter. Do you know what is the purpose of the blank box? To find out the purpose of the blank box, let's figure out what is the yellow highlighter means and what is the orange highlighter means. First, what is the yellow highlighter saying? Right, it talks about the Gohu's painting style. What about the orange highlighter saying? It talks about the Gauguin's painting style. So, what is the painting style of the Gauguin? What kind of color does he use? Jisoo? Right, he used the dynamic colors. What about the Gauguin? He used the flat colors. So does dynamic colors and flat colors are similar? No, they are different. Right. So what is the purpose? Can you guys guess the purpose of the blank box? Since they are in between the yellow and orange, they are connecting together. Connecting as a different meaning. So can you guess which words should come in the blank box? Junho? However, that's correct. But there is one more word which can come in that box. Do you know? Anybody can guess? Sujin? Right. In contrast. Right. As you both said, in contrast or however, they connect the two different ideas or opposite items together. Let's practice one more thing. Same as the previous slide, a blank box is in between the yellow and orange. To find out the blank box, let's see the orange highlighter first. What is the orange highlighter talks about? Jiang? Yes, orange highlighter talks about how Gauguin's painting style kept continued. What about the yellow highlighter? June? Yes, yellow highlighter talks about Gohu's painting style has changed. So one is talking about the painting style didn't change, and the other one talks about the painting style has changed. What is this kind of relationship? Yes, opposite. So to connect the two different ideas, which kind of word should come in the blank box? Right. However, or in contrast, there is one more word. Anybody can guess? Nayan? Yes. On the other hand. So these are the purpose of however, in contrast, or on the other hand, are to connect the two different ideas or different opposite thoughts together. Now we are read more in depth.
now we are going to read the passage one more time. I know your eyes are shining because of the desire to read the passage more deeply. So far, we focused on the general ideas of the passage, the bigger ideas and the flow of the passage. This time, we are going to focus on more detail. Who are the two figures of this passage? Yes, right. Go and go again. There are some differences between them, right? Yes. So let's see the different characteristics between them, and I will please read the text more deeply, and I will give you 3 minutes. Time's up. Let's fill in the chart. Did you notice the difference in the painting approach? How about Van Gogh's painting approach? Yes, right? He liked to be realistic. So he painted as they appeared on him on the spot. So he painted as it is. Any other features? Yes, Jinyoung, thank you. He produces several versions of the same subject. On the other hand, let's look at the Paul Gauguin's painting approach. He took considerable time because, any volunteer here to explain? Yes, Yerin, thank you. Right, because he had many sketches to capture the visible features of the subject, right? And yes, right. He painted based on his memory and imagination. Next, let's look at the next section. These different painting approach causes the differences in the features of works. Let's look at them. Van Gogh's used, right, dynamic colors and hyojin. Yes, right. There are some brush strokes in his works. In contrast, in Paul Gauguin's works, he used, yes, flat colors and there are no trace of strokes. I think we are on the right track to understand this passage very well, and let's look at the storyline in detail. Identifying who did what help you to sum up this story very well, and these are the main events of the story. So please check who did it, and I will read one more time and I will give you 2 minutes. Thank you. Let's check the answers. Who suggested his friend to move to Arles? Yes, Yerin? Right. Van Gogh suggested the Paul Gauguin to move to Arles. Second, who decorated the room with painting of sunflower for his friend? Yes, Sunghae? Right. Van Gogh was glad to meet the friends in art, so he decorated the room with paintings of sunflowers for Gauguin. It was the present for Gauguin. Who pushed his friend to draw in his manner? Right. Paul Gauguin pushed his friend to draw in his manner. So Gauguin tried to do it, but he was unable to follow the Gauguin styles. Next, who inserted his friend through the painting? That's right, Yerin. Gauguin inserted go through the painting. And after who injured himself? Yes, after Go injured himself, Gauguin decided to leave the yellow house. Lastly, who was influenced his friend's artistic style? Thank you. Thank you, Yerin. Both of them influenced by his friend's artistic style. Now, let's go more deeply in the world of art.
Okay, class, we read stories between Van Gogh and Gauguin so far. Now, we will listen a short description of painting, a really famous painting. Before listening, let's check some vocabularies in listening. Look at here. Anyone knows the meaning of the float? Any volunteer? Yes, Yerin. Right. Float means something stays on the surface of water without sinking. You can see in this picture. Look at here. The boat with the dog is float on the water. Next. Anyone knows the meaning of diagonal? Yes, Shinji? Excellent. Diagonal means lines which joins two different corners. You can check in this picture. Third, what means tutus? Anyone know this mean? No one? It's okay. I will explain what the meaning is. Tutus is a short skirt, looks like this, with many folds of materials. Usually it's worn by ballet dancer. Last, what is the meaning of arabesque? No one? Yes, I know it's a little bit difficult word. It is like this. It is a position of ballet dance in which you stand on one foot with the other legs straight behind you. It looks like this. Same like this picture, right? Okay, folks. I think you all ready to listen the description of famous painting. Listen carefully, okay? Everyone ready? Wait a moment. Okay. It starts.
Dozens of ballerinas seem to float through this painting by Edgar Degas. Follow the diagonal line of white tutus from the girl in front all the way back to the far corner of the room. Only one girl's actually dancing. She's performing an arabesque near the center of the painting. On the right stands the ballet teacher, a man holding a cane. Today he's giving a test. Each student must dance for him one at a time in costume.
Can you imagine how the painting looks like? Yeah, it's a little bit difficult. So I will give you one more chance to listen. But this time, draw the picture that speaker describes, okay? This time, draw the picture that speaker describes. Listen carefully. Everyone ready?
Notice the girl closest.
Oh, sorry. Wait a moment.
Dozens of ballerinas seem to float through this painting by Edgar Degas. Follow the diagonal line of white tutus from the girl in front all the way back to the far corner of the room. Only one girl's actually dancing. She's performing an arabesque near the center of the painting. On the right stands the ballet teacher, a man holding a cane. Today he's giving a test. Each student must dance for him one at a time in costume.
I will give you 1 more minute to draw the pictures. 30 seconds left. Okay, done. Everybody draw the painting. Before checking the original painting, compare that you draw with your group members, okay? I will give you 1 minute. 20 seconds left. Okay, then let's check how the original painting looks like. Look at here. The name of this painting is The Dance Class, drawn by Edgar Degas. Does your drawing resemble the original one?
No. No.
Yes. Let me see how you draw. Wow. Wow, good job. Okay, folks. So far, is everyone with me? Any questions so far? Okay, then let's move on to next step. This time, let's assume that you're in the school art exhibition, okay? The school art exhibition. And one of your friends visits the school to see your painting. And she, your friend, really curious about your painting. In this situation, how can you say to your friends to describe your painting? This is your painting. Here is your painting. So, I will give you 2 minutes to write how can you describe this painting and explain your friends. Okay? I will give you 2 minutes to write the description of this painting. Okay, 2 minutes starts. 30 seconds left. Okay, time's up. Talk with your partner what you wrote about this description of painting. I will give you 2 minutes to talk with your partner. 1 minute left. Is everyone finished? Good. Does your partner explain everything in this painting? Then let's check all together about this painting. What can we see in this painting? Any volunteers? Great job, Shinji. We can see flowers in the center and 2 apples and a pear. Good job. But it will be much better when you say the position of object in describing. Then this time, what else? What can you see more in this painting? Yes, Yajin? That's great. You can see toilet rolls on the right side and beverage can on the left side. Thank you for your participation. Also, in this painting, the colors in this painting are vivid, aren't they? Yes, we can see the white color, the red color, and light green color as well. Thank you so much for your active participation. I think now we can describe the painting more precisely, right? We can. That's all for your lesson today. And I will briefly explain about what we are going to learn for the next class. We will learn 2 language forms. First, look at here. You are not allowed to take pictures here. It's a no permission expression. And second, why don't you keep it in a locker as a suggestion form? Don't you excited? Then we will meet next class, next Tuesday. Thank you. See you next week.